Wagwan, boy.
Wagwan, what it is, you already know who it is. It's your boy Black Caesar, a.k.a. Caesar Alamo, a.k.a. the Black Don Draper.
As Crazy P, a.k.a. CP, a.k.a. Haitian Rice and Beans, Fried Milk, Fried Malta, episode 20. Let's get it.
All right, so we back at you with a new episode of Ignorant Banter, episode 20. You know what I'm saying? It's a dub. We back at you again. So this week we got a lot of interesting topics, as usual. A lot of crazy shit. As usual, America's falling apart. Ain't shit new. Same old shit. But we about to get into it. So what's good with you, CP? What's new?
Bro, shit. What's new with me, bro? Ain't nothing new, man. Trying to not get, shot up by a white person.
You know what I'm
Too
saying?
soon? I don't know.
White terrorism
Right,
at its peak.
for real.
You know?
But now I'm good, bro. Just been working, man, staying busy. Just always doing my 10-hour days, you know what I mean? But I always look forward to the podcast to be able to just talk about shit and, tell you what it is. So, yeah, man. Doing pretty good. What about you?
That's what's up, man. With me, same old, you know what I'm saying, marathoning mad Netflix. Working for the man, same old shit. Ain't nothing new. Feeling a lot better. Figured out that I just gotta cut out gin, but a lot of other stuff is fine, so ain't got good. That's all I'm gonna say.
Wait.
Ain't got good.
So you did that test between black and white and you found out gin was the issue?
Yeah, bro. Anytime I drink gin, my stomach does not have it. Gin, vodka, like all kinds of light shit. I mean, with dark, it's a little bit bad, but it's not as bad as with gin.
Oh, okay. So now it'll be like
I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I know what I gotta cut out, and I know what I can have, and that's all I need to know.
So straight Henny, huh?
Nah.
Straight Henny, bro.
All day. But yeah, let's get started. Let's get into this. Whose man's is this? So for me this week, whose man's is this goes to Cam Newton. So Cam Newton was having this interview, and this woman asked him, it was a woman reporter, she asked him about routes, and she asked him about another player, and he just kind of had this demeanor, like, as if, I don't know, it was like, as if, like, what kind of right do you have to ask that? It was just like a cocky demeanor, and he's like, it's interesting hearing a female talk about routes. That's really funny to hear. And he just kind of like shrugged off his shoulder, and I'm like, bruh, Cam Newton, first of all, you the one that, like, everybody was rooting for you, and you let black people down by not saying that Black Lives Matter, talking about some All Lives Matter. And now you're going to say that a woman can't know about routes? It's 2017. There are women NFL fans. There are women football players. Women can know about stuff like that. It's just a reporter doing her job. The fact that you only see a woman as, like, not knowing anything about football, that shit is mad old, like 1945 type shit. And it's those kind of backwards thinking that are holding us back as a country. So Cam Newton, you're canceled, nigga. That's it.
Yeah, I kind of agree, because like you said, there's a freaking NFL, not an NFL, but there's a women's football league,
Yeah,
semi-pro or whatever it is. It's like a whole thing, and there's girls who play in high school and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, for you to say that females can't understand routes, nigga, it's simple. It's just like, you can go straight, you can make a right, you can make a left, you can go, you know what I mean? It's like, it's not that hard to learn routes. Anybody can learn routes. It's just like you running a certain freaking, play. So I think,
yeah, there's nothing about it that requires just a dick.
Well, this just turned south. Yeah, Cam.
I'm saying it's not like there's something that requires a dick to process. Like, you can process it with whatever you got.
Tell me how you really feel, bruh. Tell me how you really feel, dog.
That's how I feel, nigga. That's how I feel.
Nah, anybody, bro. A little kid, the kids can understand routes, bro. So, like, it's sports. You can just, it's not that hard. You're just running a freaking route. So I think that's pretty lame. But anyway, moving on to my whose man's is this. Goes to Mary, the gospel duo, and apparently one of them turned out voted for Trump because of his views on Christianity.
What views?
I don't know. I guess his views on Christianity, I guess it's supposed to be conservative, which my mind was blown when I found this out. And I'm like, I was a big Mary Mary fan, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm Walking was a good song that they have. And they have a few other good songs too. So, whose man's is this? Whose woman's is this? And they're not even, their real name is not Mary Mary. I think one name is Mary and the other one is like Erica Campbell. So it's like, first of all, that's right there as a scam. You know what I mean?
That's a lie.
That's a lie. Okay, it's Mary Erica should be the fucking group's name.
Yup.
But
y'all gonna be a gospel group and y'all lying.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised that she voted for Trump, bro. But you know what? I think a lot of people would be shocked to find out who really like voted for Trump from the culture. You know what I mean? It's probably like a lot of people that we respect that voted for Trump. So, yeah.
I don't respect her no more. I mean, I never respected her. I didn't really know who she was. I mean, I just know Mary Mary songs, but I mean, they haven't put out anything since I Love God, so.
How old is that song? Oh, okay, 2015.
Yeah, it's about 2 years old. So I thought they were over with. I mean, I guess people got to stay relevant and all that shit. So maybe she just did it for publicity. Who knows?
About that song though, bro. What is it about that song that is like so popping but so wrong at the same time?
You know what it is? It's the fact that it's I think it's two markets that are merging. They're like, okay, well, black people love gospel, black people love Jesus, and black people also love 808s. So they thought it could work, but it just doesn't match, bro. It's like it should work, but it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's a good concept, but like I said, you can't be having these girls twerking in the church, bro. And that's what's gonna happen when you when you play this I Love God and the beat drops. You know what I mean? So fail, big time failure. So all right, next segment is hot shit, and this is where we talk about stuff that we think is hot. Could be books, music, TV shows, all kinds of shit. So mine goes to Chronix, the Jamaican young star. Wagwan boy, where me carry at? Who did a NPR Tiny Desk concert, which is really big. If you can get on that NPR, Tiny Desk concert thing, that's a bigger audience, especially for a Jamaican artist. So he's bringing back the real reggae, not that dance hall stuff. You guys, that dance hall booty shaking stuff. This is some real reggae.
Like Bob Marley.
Like Bob Marley, just taking it back to the roots, and he did a pretty good job on the show. His album is super dope too. So that's my hot shit, man. Sometimes you need a little reggae, man, to just relax on a Saturday, to clean the house, put in some Bob Marley, some Chronix, and just chill and smoke a blunt. You know what I mean? So even though I don't smoke, but it is what it is. So yeah.
Well, the world's crazy right now, so whatever chill music you got, put that shit on and just take good care of yourself. That's my advice.
Facts.
So my hot shit is, the first one is called What the Bleep Do We Know? It's a documentary on quantum physics, but they illustrate it in like really simple day-to-day, like real life situations. So it's not just like they're explaining a bunch of theories that you can't grasp. They explain it. So they have the documentary, they explain the concepts, and they kind of explain like you have like a kind of like a movie where they stop and show you basically what the concepts are. So they kind of apply the theories that they explain to you. So it's pretty interesting, man. Like some of the things they talk about on there are how like a lot of the atoms and molecules don't really they might be a little bit more conscious than we think, and everything is based on our reality. So it really makes you think about how much you really impact our reality, and it's really thought-provoking. Makes you kind of think about how a lot of situations you think you can't control, you actually can. And so it's really trippy, really interesting. It's from the 90s. It's on Amazon. If you got it, check it out. If not, there's a really bad version of it on YouTube. You can watch it. That shit looks trash, but still check it out. You can still look at it. So that's What the Bleep Do We Know. Next up is Crow's Club on Netflix. The 3rd season just came out. It's a show set in Mexico. It's the whole show is in Spanish, but you can watch it with English subtitles. It's basically about two siblings fighting to take over their dad's soccer team. But it's really interesting, really dope. It's crazy. There's a lot of drama. There's a lot of power struggles. It's like siblings fighting, except they have a lot of money and they just like do a lot of foul shit to each other. But at the end of the day, it has a good purpose and a good meaning. So that's my hot shit.
All right, 2 questions. To the What the Bleep Do We Know? Is it Amazon Prime people can watch it for free, or you got to pay for it regardless?
Yeah, if you have Amazon Prime, you can watch it for free.
All right.
But like I said, there's a version of it on YouTube, which is what I'm watching. And I mean, it looks like some shit you'd see in the 1990s. And the quality is not that good, but when you look at the concepts, it's so trippy. Like, you get so wrapped up in the concepts, it's pretty dope. Like, for example, on there, they talked about the fact that when the Native Americans first saw Columbus's ships, when Columbus's ships first neared the Native Americans, they didn't see it. Like, they didn't know. They looked out into the ocean, but they didn't see the ships because their minds couldn't wrap their brain around the fact that something could be so big, so huge, and be out in the ocean. And it's like, how many more things could be out here that we maybe can't realize because our minds can't grasp it? It's trippy shit like that. So just before you start it, just know it's really trippy.
Okay, so my next question is, are you trying to be a scientist?
I'm not trying to be a scientist because it's a lot of work. I'd rather read about the shit that scientists are doing and apply it to my life.
True.
And and apply it like in a spiritual I just love the fact that it's like science and spirituality that meet. You know what I'm saying? So it's basically like scientific concepts, but then they apply it to like your everyday life, like how you sometimes you feel like sometimes you don't take action because you think you don't control your reality when in fact you do. Like, if a lot of people started thinking, you know what, like, I'm in charge of my situation, these are just like, none of this is real, basically on some Jim Carrey shit. These are just atoms and molecules, and these things can be influenced by me. Imagine how much more confidence people would have. Imagine how people would be like so much more passionate and outgoing and willing to make things happen for themselves if they weren't so hung up on a lot of these like bullshit concepts and materialism. So yeah, not trying to be a scientist, but I'm looking forward to just, reaping the benefits of scientists.
All right, people. So from what I gathered from that, we're all dead, and so live your life, because this is not real right now. So.
None of this is real.
All right.
So up next, word on the streets. That's where these are our main topics. So our first topic is sex talk. So it's about like how freaky is too freaky. So in secular conversations, we might have people that say, and I mean, I hear it often, like a lot of girls be like, yeah, I want to be choked, I want my hair pulled, all that shit. But like, do girls really be about that shit? I mean, like, do people really, a lot of people like might hype up what they want sexually or what they want others to do to them sexually, but are they really about that life? What are your thoughts?
Well, first off, there's a difference though, right, between freaky and kinky, right? So like the hair pulling and the choking, that'd be more like being kinky, and freaky is like when you like be doing like licking all the bodies and parts and stuff like that, and eating shit and swallowing shit.
Whoa.
2 girls 2 cups, 2 girls 5 cups. I don't know, you know what I mean?
But no, I kind of see what you're saying.
There
should be how last week we were talking about like cheating, and I was like, there's soft cheating and hard cheating. But so with freaky, maybe there's like soft freaky and hard freaky, or like, but I thought kinky was like when you have a specific kink, when you want, like, some people might have like a ticklish kink, or they might have a a BDSM kink. I thought freaky was just like you like sex, like you just really enjoy the act of sex. Like, oh, she a freak or he a freak.
True. I
You a
guess.
freak.
Yeah. I guess. It depends on the person. I guess how they view it. So what was the question again? How freaky is too freaky, right?
Yeah, how freaky is too freaky?
I don't think there's a thing that's too freaky. I think, you know what I mean. Like if it's up to the person. If they want you to, drink their pee, nigga, drink their pee. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. I mean,
But I feel like there is a general consensus of what too freaky is. I mean, would you would you accept to be tied up and pissed on?
would I accept to be tied and pissed on? I don't know. I feel like in the beginning it might feel good, but then after the pee sets on you, you might be like, oh shit, this is gross.
You're like, what the fuck did I just do?
So I think the initial like warmth of the pee might feel good. You know what I mean? Might be like a little tingly, but then you'd be like, after 2 minutes, it'd be like, oh shit, this is getting kind of sticky. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
I think if you did it and you just got like, a hose right away and just hold yourself down, you know what I mean? You might be good, but.
And I think it depends on your relationship with that person that you're doing that for. Like, is it a shared kink? Is it a shared thing that y'all want to do? Or are you doing it out of love? Like, maybe you're not into it, but you're like, you know what? I love this person. I don't want them to feel like I'm judging them, so I'm going to do this for them. Or some shit you might have to get paid for. You know what I'm saying? Like, some shit is not worth it unless there's money involved. That's my opinion.
I feel
my
like
personal
if
opinion.
you gotta pee on someone, bro, to show them love, bro, there's an issue with their relationship there. I mean, I don't know. I feel like it should be a line there, like, nigga, I don't know, like, I gotta pee on you just because to show that I love you. I don't know, bro. That's
okay.
Maybe that's too freaky.
Let's get outside the pee talk, but let's talk about like you meet a girl, whatever, y'all about to get down, and she's like, yeah, I want to tie you up and paddle you.
Nah, bro. Hell nah. Like the first time ever?
I mean, maybe it's a friend with benefit, but just know that like it's something that it's like, I have a paddling kink, and that's what I want to do.
Nah, you ain't gonna do that to me because I watch so many movies, bro. You might kill me, you know what I'm saying? You might be like, he might hit me, and next thing you know, like, nigga, you ain't stopping, and I'm tied up. Nah, I think the first time I don't want to be tied up, bro. Shit.
But see, maybe that's what too freaky is, like being tied up, being hit.
Or is it eating shit? I mean, is that too?
Oh no, that is definitely too freaky. Nah.
But what if someone's like, you know what? Look, I just gonna eat your shit, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna have you do it to me. I just gonna do it. I just wanna eat it. Would you shit in there? Would you shit in their mouth?
Not somebody that I love. If it's somebody that I love, I'd be like, you know what? Nah, because I'm gonna have to kiss you later. But if it's somebody else, like, yo, I'm gonna give you $5,000 to eat your shit, I'll be like, show me to the nearest bathroom.
Oh my
like,
god,
right now.
You're disgusting,
right now.
bro. You're disgusting.
I'll be like, pay me first, and I'm a shit right here.
That's too funny. I think you're right. I think maybe like. I think definitely like tying up on the first time, bro. Because I ain't gonna trust you enough for you to tie me up, bro. Because I don't know what you know what I mean. Like, your true intentions are. So.
But what if it's a friend with benefit? What if, or like a girlfriend or wife?
I mean, yeah. I mean, if it's a wife or a girlfriend or someone if you're someone that you trust, then and you like that shit, by all means, you know what I mean. Do what you gotta do, you know. But
what about candle wax?
Candle, like the little dripping it on your body.
Yeah.
Nah, nigga, that's pain right there, bro.
Well, you know, so a lot of people associate pleasure with pain. They associate sex with pain somehow.
No, sex is pleasure. What the hell you be talking to? No, like, you don't.
No, I mean, we're not going to kink shame our listeners. Some people really. Some people really do think that like pain is pleasure. They associate it with that, like either power or pleasure. I haven't seen 50 Shades of Grey, but I'm guessing this is a whole plot to it, so I don't even gotta watch it.
I think power is like a kinky thing people like, especially dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to be able to like choke someone till they almost pass out. You know what I mean? And then let go.
Yeah, so okay, that's another thing. Choking. What if you're dating a girl and she'd like to be choked to an inch of death? Would you do it?
Nigga, hell yeah, I'm doing that shit. If you die, nigga, you die. That ain't on me. But hell yeah, I'm doing it. You know what I mean? Because shit.
That'd be hard to explain, bro. The cops come, you're like, oh, she wanted me to choke her.
Nah,
that's not a good excuse.
I'm gonna have you
bro.
sign a waiver before. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna have you sign a waiver saying that you want me to do this to you, and then if you don't come back once you pass out, nigga, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? So
Find the light.
I definitely do it though. I would definitely do it. And the thing is though, like you might like, how about if you're doing it and you're supposed to stop like right before they go out, right?
Yeah.
But right before they go out, you about to come, so it feels so good that you can't let go. You know what I'm saying? Like you just keep squeezing that shit, bro. And then so she dies. Is that murder?
That is absolutely murder. What you mean? You murdered for a nut.
Murdered for a nut. Damn. Well,
Guilty. Manslaughter. Womanslaughter.
that's
Whatever the
crazy.
fuck.
I'm trying to think. So like, what would be like the craziest, freaky thing ever that's like you think is possible? That made sense.
I mean, people. Well, I was reading this thing about Mary Shelley. She was an author, and she fucked on her mom's grave.
What the
That was pretty freaky to
that's
me.
no, okay, that's some white people shit, bro. That should be like that's an outlier. I feel like that shouldn't be freaky. That should be like, that's retarded. What the hell? Who would enjoy doing that, bro? On someone's grave, in a grave.
Well, I don't know. There's a lot of sick people out there, but I mean, I'd rather you be sick with sex and just have like some weird kinky sex in the privacy of your own house than go out and hurt other people. That's all I'm gonna say. So I'm not kink shaming, but yeah, she did that and it happened. But I feel like for me, there's a lot of shit that would like freak me the fuck out. Like, let's say you walk into someone's house and they have like a animal costume they put on to get fucked.
What's the animal though? What's the animal?
It's a wolf.
What the fuck? That's weird, bro.
But it's like, what would you do? Like, you walk in and she's like, yeah, I got my wolf costume. I want you to fuck me in it and howl when you about to come.
Yep, I'll probably do it. I'm sorry, bro. I'll probably do it. Oh, shit.
Yo, if you haven't figured it out, it's a not safe for work episode. So if
yeah.
you're listening to this at work and you got kids around, yeah, fuck that.
Like that.
But we're gonna keep going. Yeah, so different people are really freaky. I think I know about a lot of these things from having HBO. Like, every time my parents would go to sleep, I would like sneak downstairs and watch HBO Uncut or whatever, and they'd have like a bunch of like different shows, like shows on brothels and shows on like Taxi Cab Confessions, all these shows where we see like the stuff that people are into. But I don't know. I think a lot of people have a lot of kinks that they don't let out. Like, people be trying to pretend like they're not about that life, but a lot of people are kinky, and it really depends on, like, some people never find the kind of relationship they can really like explore that kinky side with. A lot of people might have somebody that they love, but they can't express it to them and say, yo, I like to dress up in a wolf costume, you know what I'm saying? And they gotta go to like a brothel to explore that side of themselves. So I don't know. I feel like we need to have more conversations around sexuality, sex, what's kinky, what's not kinky, like what people are into. I think a lot of times what people do is they just get into a relationship and they just fuck and that's it. They never ask like the other person, like, yo, what turns you on? What turns you off? Like, that conversation's never had.
I think that's actually a good point. I think if you were someone and you can't explain to them and tell them what you're into, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Then you either one in the wrong relationship, or two, like you said, like you need to be able to get that out, because that's like you said, everyone has their own like thing that they like. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
if you're missing out on that shit, nigga, like you're gonna be 55, 65, and it'd be too late. You know what I'm saying? Be like, hey, can you pee on me?
Yeah, and they probably gonna go to a brothel, find a girl that will pee on them, and then they'll wash up and go home to their wives or husband.
No, it's true. So if you're out there and you haven't told your spouse that you like to be peed on or pooped on, let them know. You know what I mean? Life's too
You
short.
like to wear a costume, you like to be paddled, you like to be candle waxed. Maybe you like to be kept in a cage.
Hey, okay. The cage thing is weird. You know what I saw? I don't have HBO, but I did one time see a thing on HBO. I think I was at a hotel somewhere where like these white folks would have this parties, bro, and they would go to this like mansion with their spouse and then like have this weird, sex or whatever, and then just go home after that, like nothing happened. Like just go home, and it's like a regular thing that they did every weekend. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, I think white people explore. I think white people explore themselves more than black people. Like white people just be doing all kinds of shit. Like when it comes to, especially older retired white people, they don't give a fuck, bro.
so what do you think that is? You think that because black people are too insecure to like let themselves go, that they are not having crazy, freaky, kinky sex as the whites?
I just think black people don't got the time and money to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you weren't given the economic advantage, this is true. If you were given the economic advantage to like have free time so we can explore sex and like go to brothels, meet other wealthy couples that ain't got shit else to do but fuck each other. Like black people don't have that privilege, bro. It's a privilege to explore that side of yourself. And black people probably working like 2 to 3 jobs. We ain't got the time to be out here.
Yeah, right now, bro, I'm speechless. I don't know what to say to that. That's crazy. Like you I don't know what to say to that shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like listen, if your parents paid for your college tuition, right? So you don't got no student loans. You start working, you're able to save up, you buy your house, you can retire by the time you're like 50. Like from 50 on out, what the fuck else you got to do except like figure out what the fuck feels good and what doesn't, you know?
Yeah.
So that's exactly why. That's why that is.
Damn, so I can't believe it's just white privilege, bro. White privilege allows you to have better sex, then that's crazy, bro. What the fuck? Bro, this is a scam, bro. Damn,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
But don't let that stop you, though. You know what I'm saying? If you came from a bad economic background, be freaky on $5. You know, figure
Go to
it
a
out.
dollar store,
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Get some stuff at the dollar store.
get some candles. A candle's $1. You can afford that if you're into like candle waxing, you know?
Or go outside and get like a tree branch and just make that happen with the tree. I don't know.
What if that's what you're into? Then do it. And you know, like, I don't know if this is true, but in a lot of porns, it seems like white men have fetishes where they let black men fuck their wives. I don't know if that's true in real life, but I'm sure it is, because if there's a market for that and it's in almost every porn, it has to be true.
You say you say for a couple to have a black dude come over and fuck his wife and he'll just watch.
Yeah, I feel like that might be a common thing that happens. But I mean, I
think they
personally
made that
don't
up.
know.
I think that's like a porno thing they made up. I don't think that's real. I don't know.
Sometimes real life inspires art, bro. You never know.
It's probably was true in the 40s though. I don't know about now, but
But I don't want to find out, honestly. But if I didn't have a college degree, somebody offered me $5K, rent was due, they want me to fuck their wife, I just might.
bruh. Nah, cause you know what? It's funny you said that, bro. There's an actual true story. I don't know where it was. I don't know if it was in Italy. I think it was in Italy, and there was like this rich dude or whatever, super rich, and he had a wife, and his fetish was just that, bro. was to have like other men come and fuck his wife, and he would watch. And after like a few men or whatever, like, over time, there was one guy that the lady like fell in love with, and he found out, bro. Guess what he did, nigga? He had him come over. He had him come over. They had sex as usual, and he watched as usual. And after they fucked, he shot them niggas both and killed them, bro. You know what I'm saying? You ain't finna kill me. Shit.
Shit.
If your wife falls in love with me, and I'm just fucking her, nigga, I ain't down for that hoe.
See, that's why you only got to do it once. So that way
then move
die.
on.
Yep.
You don't come back. Well, in that case, that might work, but
Yeah, nah, it's really weird. Like, I feel like a lot of these things are outside the normal box. Like, if you just the fact of like having sex with somebody else's wife, it's kind of weird. I mean, unless it's like a couple and y'all swingers, that's a little bit different. But if you just like having sex with somebody's wife, you never know when they're gonna get jealous. They might be, like a little bit crazy, and they like spaz and like, you having sex with my wife, and you're like, wait, hold up, bro, you just paid me 5 seconds ago to do this,
bro. Imagine as you doing that shit, bro, in the action, bro, and your ass getting like punches and shit to the head, my nigga. You know what I mean? So,
but that's different. But I mean, this just goes to show that like there's different kinks out there, different people are into different things. To answer the question, how freaky is too freaky? To me, I mean, anything besides like a little slapping and choking, that's too freaky for me. Like, I don't need all that extra shit. I really don't.
And the more of this segment is, if you haven't told your spouse what you like, go do that shit tonight when you hear this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because life's too short to not.
But how? I mean, can you imagine that conversation though? Like, you just go up to your wife or girlfriend or like the person you're dating, be like, so. Yeah, I don't know how to bring this up, but I like a little, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like to choke people till they're about to pass out. Like, how do you even bring that up?
What do you mean?
That's
Yeah,
you
really just tell them.
conversation.
If you're with someone, you should be able to be comfortable enough to tell them that. Like, yo, like, or you know what? Just do it. Just do it one time and not tell them you're doing it. And then after the fact, be like, hey, that's my thing. You know what I mean? I mean, you could do it either way, but I feel like you should be able to tell your wife, girlfriend, boyfriend or whatever that, you know what I mean? If you can, then there's an issue there.
You know what I would do? This is very manipulative, but I would try to get some dirt on what they like, make them feel guilty about it, and then tell them what you like. Be like, oh, nah, you can't judge me for liking candle waxing when you like to be kept in a cage.
Shit.
So
whatever works, bro.
Just reverse psychology that shit. This is terrible. This is all. Let's just scrap this whole episode. Start from scratch.
Nah, bro. This is part one. Next time we'll do part two of this talk. You know what I'm saying? Make it even more
people
crazy.
Need to hear this. You know what I'm saying? Like, people really need to have these conversations. These are the conversations we're not having. Then people get sexually frustrated and they just take it out on people.
For real. Yeah, that's true. I mean, if you don't want your man or woman to cheat on you, you gotta figure out what they like and do that shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta eat some. You know what I'm saying? Some booty and shit. So gotta toss that salad, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
yo, is tossing salad freaky or not? Or is it just as a norm now? I think ever since Janae Eco or recently, a lot of people have been talking about eating ass. Is that the accepted norm, or is that like still considered like whoa? I feel
like it's always been done like at a high rate. It was never out. You know what I'm saying? In the culture like that since that song came out. You know what I mean? But I don't think it's I think it's been the norm. I think now it's just being talked about more openly. And people are not like, afraid to say, hey, you know what I'm saying, I eat ass. You know what I'm saying? Because, bro, you eat ass, nigga. That's human nature. Like, bro, it's a body part. You know what I'm saying? So
it's down there near where you're going to go anyway.
Yeah. So. And if you're doing that and you happen to eat a little shit, so what? That's part of the, you know what I'm saying? Bro, come on.
This went downhill.
No, I mean, if it's like a dot of poop, bro, you can't even tell once you eat it, bro. Like, once you swallow.
Okay.
Is that too freaky, bro?
I think we answered our own question. That was too freaky.
I mean,
How
yeah,
freaky's too freaky.
I think at that
That was
point,
it.
that's yeah. I mean, if you get to that point, you either gonna stop or you gonna keep going. And if you keep going, then you are shit. You know what I'm saying? You got balls.
Just think about it. Are you trying to hit this again or not? Like, if you not, just be like, nah, that was a little too much. But if you're trying to hit it again, just put up with it.
Yeah, and just eat it. All right.
All right. So the next word on the streets, of course, is the amazing, the incredible, Oscar-worthy, fucking Grammy nominated. I don't fucking know. All the awards go to this shit. Westworld from HBO.
Westworld.
Yeah, so this was so shout out to CP firstly for letting me know about this show, and I was like, I don't know, I'm gonna check it out. And I was hooked from the pilot, and then going forward, everything just started getting crazier and crazier. Let's discuss this. Basically, the whole concept is that I don't know if it's in the future, but I just know that there's a park where there's real live robots that look like humans. They're basically androids. And the whole point of them is that they're really human-like. People are able to kill them. People are able to have sex with them. People are able to interact with them like real humans, fall in love with them. But it's just a park. So people are paying mad money to go into this park and interact with these robots. And it's basically set up. The whole theme of the park is like a Western world kind of thing. And these robots are able to improvise, and they're able to do all these things. But then their creator, they had two creators. One of them wanted them to be free, didn't want them to be just be objects. And the other one kind of views them as just objects for the pleasures of other people. So, and by the way, this is spoiler alert. If you've never seen Westworld, you might want to stop listening. If you've seen it, keep going. If you haven't seen it and you don't care about spoilers and you're real, just keep listening. So, what were your thoughts on Westworld, CP?
All right. So first of all, I'm proud of myself for actually finishing the whole season. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
shout out to me for that. First off, man, with Westworld, I don't really like West. You know, like like Western. I don't like Western settings. You know what I mean? For like shows or movies. But this show is a little different. So I liked it a little bit. It kind of slowed down, like kind of episode 4 and 5. It kind of like got kind of slowed down, and then like 6, 7, it kind of picked up. So it was really good writing. And my first like what the fuck moment was Bernard, man. Like when I found out he was an android, I was like, yo, I had to pause it. Like what the fuck?
Me too.
Return that shit back. Play it again. Did that really happen? Type stuff. So, yeah, man. It really, like you don't know who's who. You know what I'm saying? Like who's an android and who's not. And I think like the show is just good acting, good writing. It's super dope. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I mean, when the whole thing with Bernard happened, I kind of paused and I was like, am I an android? Because if Bernard's not an android, then what the fuck is real life? So I think the whole show kind of like fucked with my perspective, and it kind of made me think about. So the whole show has a concept of like each character has their own loop, like they have their storyline that they have to stick to, and anytime they kind of deviate outside of that, the creators kind of go back and reset them. So in a manner, these people are playing God, but it really made me think about my own life. Like what's my pattern that I kind of stick to? You know what I'm saying? Like what role do I play? If I was in Westworld, what would my role be? So that just really challenged me and made me think about like how to kind of change some of the things that I want to change and how to step outside of different patterns. And that kind of made me see like other people differently too. I'm like, yo, like that's just your pattern. Like somebody will say like some wild offensive shit. I'm like, yeah, you're just programmed to do that. Like I just kind of see everybody as androids now. Basically the show fucked me up. That's it.
But it's kind of true though, in a sense that like you said, people, you know, like when you're born, you're trained or programmed, right? Like by your parents, you know what I mean?
Right.
To think a certain way, to the way you talk, the way you dress, the way you talk, and eventually like you deviate from that a little bit. But for the most part, like your core values come from your parents and stuff like that. And so, like you said, bro, like everyone has their program and it's run every day, and you see certain people do certain things or a certain way, and that's who they are. And every day you see them, that's that. And it's like, you know, are they real? Are they androids? Just like, you know what I mean? Because people, it's like you got to think about it and kind of like say, oh shit, I have to like at a certain age, I have to reprogram myself because of all the shit I've been taught as a youngin. You know what I mean? So it's crazy, man.
Yeah, you just really gotta erase everything that you've been taught and kind of like learn to challenge things. That's one thing it's taught me too. Like with Maeve, she's played by Sandy Newton or Tandy Newton.
She's
that's
dope.
her name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yo, she's my favorite character on there. And with her, I just love how she started challenging things, even though she was programmed to challenge things. And I'm like, fuck, I'm being fucked with right now. But I just love how she's like not scared to ask questions, not scared to question reality. She's just the bravest character on there. So that's pretty much what I think. And I just love the change in the main character. I forget her name, but she's a blonde lady that's like thinks everything is perfect and all that.
Dolores.
And she's Dolores, exactly. She starts out being just like not seeing anything wrong with her world, and then later on as it goes, she starts like just hating everything, and she ends up being the one to like fuck shit up in the end. So it just really shows you that no matter what you're set up to function as, like if you really like follow your maze and really like try to find your own truth, you can really stand up and like make a difference. Damn, bro.
Damn, this is so deep, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm about to write a whole book on
this.
this.
So deep, bro.
Yo, I wish
I could write a thesis on this.
I could too. I wish Maeve would have left on the train, bro, and not come back to the park. Like, I think that really like upset. Like, it pissed me off that she didn't stay on the train, because I'd want to see the next season be her in the real world and see how that works. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah. But I think she had a good reason for it. No, I think it was like
the kid.
She was the kid, but I thought she said, she was like, you know what? The kid is just she was programmed to care about the kid. So she's like, yeah, that's not really my real kid anyways. Fuck that little girl. I'm about to go out in the real world and see what the fuck's happening. That's why I killed all these people. But nah, I mean, I guess she really decided to make a choice. Maybe it's the first time she made a choice.
Yeah, because on the train, remember she saw a real person with a kid, and it triggered her memory. Like, it triggered something in her, and she was like, you know what, I'm going to get off. So I think.
But do you know that the train was a trap anyways, right? Like, she was supposed to get on the train, but then she went against that and went back to the world. But what I really think is, remember when she was walking by and you could see some samurais? I think there might be just different parks.
Oh, yeah, true, for next season?
Yep, for next season or maybe the third season. So we don't know.
And then the whole thing with Will, that he was in the park this whole time, he never left, bro. It was crazy, dog. Cause
who's William again?
Remember Dolores' crush?
Yo, that shit was so fucking weird.
And that was him, like the old dude is him.
That was amazing. I was like, I can't believe I watched some shit in the past, didn't know it was happening in the past, at the same time as I was watching
the
some
future,
shit in the
bro. Yeah, or the present. It's like, what the fuck? You know what this reminds me of? That movie, that Cloud Atlas, bro.
Yes,
it has a Cloud Atlas kind of feel, bro. It's like, damn,
it really does.
Shit. What else happened, bro?
Let's see what else. Oh, the girl got killed by Bernard, which I hated. Well, 2 women got killed by Bernard.
Oh yeah, that sucked. Yeah,
his employee and then the woman that he was having sex with.
The doctor.
And it just creeped me out that like the creator, I forget his name, the guy that plays Hannibal Lecter. It creeped me out that he know what his android was doing. Like, this lady was fucking an android this whole time and she didn't even know it.
So let me ask you: Is Arnold? Okay, you know I'm gonna ask you this question. Who is Arnold to you?
Arnold is his partner is I don't remember his name, but the guy that plays Hannibal Lecter, that's his partner in the park.
Okay, I get that, but I could have sworn there was an episode where Dolores was talking to Bernard as if Bernard was Arnold. You don't remember that episode?
Yes, because what happened is that when Arnold died, the partner went ahead and created a robot with Arnold's background story and called him Bernard.
Oh, okay.
So Bernard, his life, like his everything that he looks like
Is Arnold.
is Arnold. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
he just basically did that so he could get over Arnold's death.
Okay, so I missed that part. Okay, so that makes sense now. Okay. Um,
Yeah, so it's really kind of trippy in that aspect because they keep like you kind of figure they're the same person, but they're not. And then when Arnold, I think no, when Bernard died, remember how he shot Bernard, but then somehow they brought Bernard back to life.
yeah.
I just feel like all of that was planned by that guy. Like he's a
He knows,
mastermind,
yeah.
bro.
He's
Yeah,
crazy. But like, wait, you know what'd be cool though if it turns out he was an android too somehow, and there was a higher being or person or whatever that we don't know of.
I would literally throw my fucking laptop at the wall.
That would be dope. If somebody else like had programmed him and like came into the story, that would be super dope. But who knows?
But can you imagine if everybody that was working, you know how there's employees that are overseeing the park?
Yeah.
Imagine all those employees. Imagine Bernard, like all those. Like imagine if every employee was just an android being controlled by like humans. So it's humans controlling androids.
Oh my god, my mind's about to explode, bro. What the fuck? But yo, I can't get over like how you related this to real life, bro. And it's like, it's just crazy. And now that's just gonna fuck me up tonight, bro. I'm just thinking about how, like, we all have our own programs, bro, and that people don't even realize that shit, and they go through life, you know what I mean, doing the same shit over and over again.
They do. And sometimes, I mean, I'm guilty of it too because sometimes I feel like, oh, I can change this person or I could like do this and whatever. A lot of people think that too. Like they'll get in relationships with people like thinking they can change them or they'll like take a hopeless situation and think they can make the best of it. But it's like, nah, that shit's been programmed that way. It's set that way. Nothing you can do can affect that person. So yeah, I mean, that's a little bit like a pessimistic view, but it's the truth.
Shit just got real. Shit just got dark. You know what I'm saying?
It got real. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much, you are fucked. However you are, you ain't gonna change. Let me stop.
You ain't gonna change, nigga, unless it's in your programming to change, which I doubt it.
But I mean, damn. You know what? Let me come here on a lighter note, guys. You can change your program. Well, you can't change it, but you have to know who. You know what it is? Like, you have to know who wrote your program. Like, who's your Arnold? Because if it's,
right.
your mom, your dad, if it's a sister, if it's an older, like a relative, like, you have to know, why do you think the way you think? Like, why do you have your views and your values? And if you can't stand them on your own, and it always goes back to a person, then, I mean, shit, you've been in control, my nigga. You know what I mean? So
it's true. I think you have to, you know how like in the show, Bernard would be like analysis. You have to do the same shit for yourself and realize like where your actions are coming from. I completely agree. Like you got to know, like when you're about to make a decision, just realize like, is this what I'm programmed to do or is this what I want to do? And then you can start being like Maeve. Once you realize that you're programmed, you can start making your own decision to find your way out of the maze.
Now, don't go to a fucking mirror, people, and say analysis to yourself. Okay.
Yo, what if you said that and then you just froze and started like showing data everywhere?
That's gonna be so shit, bro. If that happens, nigga, like, I'll fucking leave that place, bro. I'm running. That's crazy.
Imagine if you were crying and it's like turn off all your emotional responses and then you just stopped,
bro.
Like
that would be kind of, if you could do that to people, bro, that would be dope. You know what I mean? You could like just have them like take all the way their emotions and not hear their bullshit, they're crying and shit. You know what I mean? So
I mean, imagine if you realize that. Okay, imagine that. Remember how you brought me to a good point. Remember how Maeve realized that she was a robot and then she started controlling people and things?
Yeah.
Or people, right? Like she was like, remember she started a riot and she's like, you're going to go ahead and shoot them.
Yeah.
And she's like, you're going to go ahead and do this and that. Imagine if you realize that, okay, we're stuck in a system, right? It's kind of like the Matrix. It's kind of like a video game or, we're all androids, whatever. Imagine if you realize that and you're like, and you're able to control other people. So then somebody's crying, you're like, you're not sad anymore. Stop all emotional responses. And they actually did that shit, bro. Like you already knew what was happening. You knew what's up. You're able to control everything around you. That shit would be lit. You'd be like Neo from the Matrix.
For real. But yeah, you know what? Just to bring this to an end, bro. I feel like, okay, so like when we're born, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we're born into a park, okay, so to speak,
Right.
and you have to go through all these different levels to kind of, you know what I'm saying, like leave the park and get into the real world. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's a game, bro, and each level like you get to like move up and get the fuck out of there. I feel like that's the
That is. That
you know what I'm
is.
saying. So it's
Some
like
people are stuck at the lowest level. Some
yeah.
people are able to work their way through the maze.
And
Yeah.
get out. So it's a maze, bro. And if you still at level 1 or level 5, and there's like 1,000 levels, nigga, and you got like you only have like what 70, 80 years to get out. So you know what I mean? That's crazy.
And time flies, bro. Like, I mean, you just blink and you a certain age. So if you got to get to a certain level and people around you aren't at that level, shit, just let them know it's amazing. You on your way up, bro. Like, peace.
Yo, so were you telling me about how was it you who was telling me about how every year that you get older, you see time differently because it's like a fraction. So when you one, it's a whole year of your life, and that's a big thing. And then so when you two, it's like okay, it's a half of your life. You know what I'm saying? And it keeps going up. So when you're like 26, it's like 126. So it's like a small ass number. Was that you or no?
No, that wasn't me, but that's an interesting
So
concept.
yeah, it's a time concept of like like the older you get, the fraction of your life gets smaller. So it doesn't mean as much to you anymore. And so in your mind, it makes it seem that time is flying by, because like when you one, that's a big thing. That's a whole year. Then it's 2 years. And then each year it gets less significant to you. And so when you're 50, like, yo, time flew by, because to you, like, it don't matter. It's been 50 years. So it's not the same as 1, 2, or when you were 5. You know what I mean? So,
That makes sense. I think things do fly by faster. Like, you imagine like your first time driving, how long it took to actually drive. Like right now, you just hop in your car and you go. So a lot of things that like took a long time are definitely flying by, and things probably aren't as interesting because it's not your very first experience. You know what I'm saying? Like your
mm.
first kiss, like that was amazing. Now you kiss somebody, it's like okay, that was cool.
Been there, done that.
Been
What's
there, done
next?
that. Whatever. Next.
Shit. Well,
So this just got
this shit
depressing.
got crazy, bro. I need to go find my Arnold, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm probably gonna call some people like, yo, did you fucking program me, nigga? Like, what the fuck are you doing with me? Because I need to get
Yo,
out of
I
this
know who I'm gonna
program.
call. I'm gonna call my Haitian parents. Like, why'd you program me with a belt, nigga?
I'm
You
gonna
could have
call,
programmed me with timeouts. I don't like
I'm gonna
this.
call my mom, bro, and just give her. I'm gonna have her watch the show and tell her that you did that to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm this freaking robot because of your ass. You know what I'm saying? So you need to redo this program right now and fix my brain. So
And then I would end that conversation with these violent delights lead to violent ends.
all right.
Just leave it like that.
So on that note, next segment. Fuck you mean, bro? People, we got like 2 minutes to go, so we're gonna fly through these next segments, and I'm gonna let you go with this topic, bro.
Okay, so gun control. Basically another mass shooting in America. It's pretty sad, but it's nothing new. A man went into a Las Vegas country concert and shot up everyone, and or I think he was shooting from a window, like from a casino window. But yeah, what I heard, the most interesting thing I heard about this or read about this is that after Sandy Hook, if there wasn't a legislation after kids got shot, then it's like it's never gonna happen. So, and all the people that are saying, "Oh yeah, pray for Vegas," nah, pray for gun control. Like that's what you need to pray for. And people are saying it's the person, it's not the gun. But yeah, it's the person. But if they didn't have the gun, none of this could happen. Like imagine if we just went all over and dropped guns to everybody, and we just said, oh, it's a person, it's not the gun. This man had multiple amounts of ammo, a lot of guns, and it's really sad. It's really sad, and just our thoughts and prayers are with the victims from that episode.
Yeah, it's I'm gonna say a little small thing. It's pretty sad, and it's crazy that just a year ago, Pulse happened, right, in Orlando, and so a year later you have another one that's even bigger than Pulse, and last year was the biggest shooting in U.S. history, and now the year following we top it off. It's like, yo, so what's gonna happen next year? Every year, every couple of years, there's a mass shooting. It's like we've become so numb to that. We don't care. People just like, all right, cool, another one. Let's go to work. Let's, you know what I'm saying? Like the people who lost their lives, people don't feel the same way. It's like, yo, like this is the norm now. You know what I mean? So what's for dinner? You know what I mean? And that's crazy that that's the mindset of the whole country, bro. Like, yo, like another mass shooting. All right, change the channel. Like what's on tonight to watch? You know what I'm saying? Like let's move on. Life goes on. It's like, yo, like until we have gun reforms in this country, bro, more people are gonna die. Like more than people who died in Vegas, bro. I'm telling you, like the gun control culture here, or the gun culture here in America, bro, is ridiculous, man. So
it's crazy. Like I don't get why people are like, oh yeah, I don't want my guns taken away. But it's like when that rule was written, it took 20 seconds to reload a gun. Now you fire in multiple clips a second. Like there's a lot of people dying. There's no control about how much guns you can buy. If you're really trying to protect yourself, why are you allowed to buy like 20 guns? Like you only need one. It makes no sense. What are you loading up for? A field of zombies? It makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know who's gonna come take these guns, bro, but it's
Jesus.
what would he come get the guns, bro? For what? He doesn't need the guns. You know what I'm saying? He could just like freeze your ass and just like with a snap of a finger. You know what I mean? So, at the end of the day, bro, I just picture all these, white folks saying, I need my guns. You know what I'm saying? Like, my guns are important to me. What's the Bud Light? You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, like, relax. No one's gonna come take your gun. Just, if you have that much guns, just fuck it, bro. Kill yourself. Anyway, all right.
Yeah, and Australia had a mass shooting. They banned guns, and there hasn't been a mass shooting since then. So, but America, of course, are like, no, there was a mass shooting. Let's just get everybody more guns so we can all protect ourselves and have a big shootout. It makes no sense.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I think we need to. Could you imagine if we could like reprogram all these people like with guns, bro, and just rechange their whole fucking, you know what I'm saying, code, bro, and just have them like fuck shit up, but like throw all this shit away or some shit.
I don't. I'm really believe in the saying, these violent delights lead to violent ends. Like you really like going hunting with your guns and you like all that shit, then you should suffer from that shit, is what I'm gonna say.
True.
So
all right.
But I really think like the people that voted against gun control, we really should know who they are, and we really should ask them what they think about these tragedies every time they happen. Like we really need to have a spotlight on them taking their kids to school and say, hey, how does it feel to take your kids to school today when some people couldn't do it? Because you voted against gun control, right? So it was good.
Or you know what though? I wonder if any of these, and this is probably gonna sound a little cruel and stuff, but I wonder if any of these people, you know what I'm saying, who have all these guns, who are against gun reforms or all that stuff, if they have ever experienced someone dying in a mass shooting, like personally, like,
They haven't.
And I feel like, I don't know, it's like, yo, I wonder if that happened to them, if they had like a wife or a sister or brother or kid, would they still feel the same way? Or would they be like, you know what, damn, like, this should, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm just saying, I think that could, maybe sway one or two people, but you know what? Who knows?
And then if they had somebody like a family member or loved one die in a mass shooting and they had all these guns and they couldn't do shit, then what does that mean for, like, what's the point of having the guns?
Safety,
yeah.
Let me stop.
It's your constitutional right.
Man,
that's why you need it.
Fuck that right, bro. Fuck out of here. All right.
All right, so let's move on from gun control because this shit is pissing me off. Next up, we have Black Proverbs. Mine is secure the bag. You know what I'm saying? It's a really popular black term. Basically, whatever you're doing, secure the bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, make sure that your financial future is secured. A lot of these things don't pay the bills. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of things don't pay the bills. So just make sure you focus on your financials, secure the bag, whether it's like going to school, making sure you're getting that job, making sure you're working on your resume, making sure you're networking with the right people. Like, don't just hang out with people just because it's fun. Like, make sure you're making money moves too. So secure the bag.
444. All right.
Hey.
Mine's is God will not have his work done by cowards. This is by Terry Crews. And pretty much, yeah, man, like, you can pray all you want. You can, you know what I'm saying, I want to do all this stuff, but unless you take the leap and actually go out and do it, you know what I mean, it's not going to happen. So don't be scared to go out and do shit. And you might fail, it might not work out, but every failure is a lesson. So every L you take is not a loss, but a lesson. So go out there, stop being cowards, and go out and do. And once you do, then you can improve and get better and actually accomplish things. So, yeah.
Inspirational. All right, so our sponsors this week are shout out to Applebee's with dollar margaritas. You know what I'm saying? Only $1. I don't know if it's gonna be real liquor and your fucking margaritas for $1, but it's gonna be something, and you're gonna be lit.
Placebo.
And what? Placebo. Yup. Mad sugar, so you get hype. And AMC has $5 movies until the end of October. So if you're out here and you're in the dating world, you're trying to take somebody on a little date, you know what I'm saying? All you need is $12, $6 for you, $6 for your date, and y'all good. So shout out to Applebee's and AMC.
Cool.
All right, so this has been another episode of Ignorant Banter. This shit was wild. I think this is our wildest episode. Not safe for work, not safe for your kids. And this is your boy Black Caesar, a.k.a. Caesar Alamo, a.k.a. the Black Don Draper. And I'm out.
And yeah, people, we apologize for the long, podcast, like an hour right now. So, but this shit was lit. You know what I mean? Episode 20. This is Crazy P, aka CP, fried milk, fried rice, fried malta, Haitian rice and beans, sports shake, all that. We out here, and we'll see you episode 21. You.